Horse Rodeo Radio, where the race begins. The homies have reached the starting gate, and they're off.
All right, we got the pleasure to be welcomed here by Thomas Molloy. It's the first week of August here. Una Roca got a new name since she's come back into the barn. So I guess, Tom, first explain a little bit about the time off and kind of the reason why she needed some time after coming out of the sale in April.
First off, I think as a physical, her physical always told us that she was going to need some little time to mature and grow. When we bought her in Ocala, she breathed very nicely, seemed very athletic, and but still a frame of what she's going to be as a later 2-year-old, early 3-year-old. So we had that process of the purchase and then coming up to Kentucky for a couple of weeks to basically unwind the process of being a sales horse and then coming into the racing barn and how to program and how mostly 99% of the racehorses train every day is basically mundane, but you go a mile and a quarter in a round circle instead of trying to go as fast as you can over an eighth of a mile. So we did that process and she did it very nicely, and as well as having time to unwind mentally as well as physically, she was growing all the time. So we made the decision to give her the 60 to 65 days off to let her grow and mature and strengthen. As any athlete, there's always strain on tendons and muscles and things being an undeveloped 2-year-old. So that also was in the back of our minds to let all this mature, which has done so. Very happy the way she's grown, put weight on, strengthened out through her shoulder, hip, and her hind end, and grown into her frame. So that's what the main thing was to do. I think we've achieved that as a physical point of view. Time will tell us how strong she is when she gets back under tack here and back into training full time over the next couple of weeks. But as having her previously before her break, her mind and her maturity has always been very, very strong. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. We just have to let her strengthen up, and that's my job to make sure I put that groundwork in the foundation and make her strengthen up the correct ways. So yeah, but as a whole, very pleased the way she's gone out and the way she's returned as a trainer. You'd be very happy the way she's looked physically. So lots to work with, and obviously very excited going forward with her.
Yep. So, I mean, I think part of it too is like when we bought her, like something obvious that anybody could pick up on is like she was born in May. So all thoroughbreds, they share a common birthday of January 1st. So she's behind the 8 ball in a sense, so that she's late for her full year. So we kind of knew going in, okay, she's obviously late for a year, so she had some time to develop. So giving some of that time off kind of allowed her to grow in a more controlled environment, being able to kind of spend some more time outside of her stall, walking around, kind of giving those tendons, bones a little bit time and space to strengthen up, I think was big. I guess next steps, can you kind of take us through what's going through your mind as you enter her back into the program, and then kind of how the program progresses from, just walking to jogging to galloping and the whole 9 yards.
Okay, so exactly. I think she's a May 16 foal. Is that right? So
May
she's
24th.
May 20, even later. There you go, even later. She must be pretty good. That's Natalie's birthday. That's a good one. So pretty simple. It's no rocket science here. We come in. She gets a couple of days to reintegrate and went into the barn and the noise and the horses around her, and then we put some tack on and I jump on her back basically for a couple of days inside the shed row, get her used to me again, walk for a couple of 25-30 minutes for a couple of days. Then we'll progress to the racetrack and we'll start off jogging, just jogging a mile for the first 5 to 6 days. Then we'll jog a mile and a half to 5 or 6 days. Then we'll jog 2 miles for a week, and then we'll the third week is where it really gets back into training. You jog a mile and then you'll gallop a mile, and that'll be a process for another a week or so. And how she's going, she's very athletic anyway, so that'll be the next 10 days, and then she'll go into jogging a mile and galloping a mile and a quarter, and then next week then we'll keep her a mile and a quarter for 2 weeks, going a little faster every 3 days, so up to a regular speed gallop over the next month. And once she's done a month foundation of jogging, galloping, also integrating back into her starting gait prep. She's done all that already, but just refresh her memory, get back in there, just standing and getting used to it again, having some changes throughout her daily routine, really. And then you're looking at 6 weeks before you think about breezing her. Really, you'll do, once you hit the 5 week mark, you'll do 2 minute licks, basically 15 seconds a furlong over. Start at 2 furlongs, build up 3 furlongs, build up to half a mile, 4 furlongs of 15 seconds a furlong. Once they really get doing that within themselves, they're ready to breeze. So 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, work yourself back from there. Every week you're doing a little bit more. And then obviously once you're galloping and good foundation, you start galloping a little bit faster. Just get that fitness, get that foundation down there. But yeah, that's where you're at. So as anyone would ask me coming in, what's your goal? So you're looking at a fall campaign. Be fantastic to have it ready for Keeneland in October. But working our way back, it's going to be baby steps, and then obviously touch wood, no hold-ups, as in anything like that. But it should be pretty simple, pretty straightforward, having her a good foundation before she left here. So we'll just carry on there and every week build and build.
Good stuff. Yeah. And then the only other, I think, common question we have is, I think it's fairly easy to look through pedigree in terms of, okay, here's where the mom ran, here's where the siblings kind of ran, things like that. I guess as you kind of progress through the process, at what point are you kind of thinking, okay, this horse will be better suited for this surface or this distance, or how does the horse kind of tell you that?
So a little secret that most trainers won't tell you. So your real separation of a 2-year-old is when they do the 5/8 work. So you can gallop and they can do a half mile and they can do the 3/8 and all this, the process up. But when you turn a horse loose at 5/8, you get a real answer of what you're looking for. If he's any good, how far will he go, what surface? Because they really have to put all the 100% effort into that work. So when you get to 5/8 and you really let them go and you want to do a minute work or a 59 change and things like that, you have all your answers in one go, I promise you. A lot of guys don't really tell people that because they're all waiting for that 5/8, but a lot of decisions are made in top barns. Horses do their 5/8 work of where the career is going to go.
Yep. So that'll be the exciting time there. Just kind of know all what we got. I think that's just about everything. Tom, anything else to add? Maybe you could pan the camera and show her in the stall, maybe if you're still nearby.
Yeah, we're sort of down here by her. No, like I said, it's an exciting time for everybody. This is a unknowing and how good she's going to be, and things like that. So it's all an effort. She's actually laying down here now.
There she is, chilling, big chilling. I wish that was me. I could use a nap right
So
now.
like she arrived here yesterday morning from having 60 days in the field and things like that, and having that mentality. You can't buy that. So that's all. That's a positive from the get go.
Yep. You want them to do their work when they need to do their work, and then relax when they need to relax.
No, it's a lot of good horses lay down, so that's a good sign.
Good stuff. All right, Tom. Appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you.